Hello, and thank you for tuning in to LAF Film Fest. Difficult times we live in right now. We're all struggling. This is something that, at first we thought might go away, and now it's here to stay. It's here to stay for a long time. So I'd like to offer a few words of encouragement and then share with you a few things that myself, Mr. Lawrence, and Mrs. Melissa have been doing through this whole pandemic in order to try to relax, to try to keep busy, and to try to remain safe. So anyways, thank you for tuning in. This is capital LAF space small case Film Fest. LAF space Film Fest. And I do appreciate you dropping by. So I think a couple things that I've worked out in my mind that seems to be helping me quite a bit is, this virus. You got to think about this virus. It's not a cauldron of bats that are flying around, and any time they're going to come down and they are going to attack you, right? It's a virus. It's out there. But if you really concentrate and you think about the situation, you think about your situation, there are a lot of ways that you can remain safe. You just have to understand, it can go up your nose, it can go in your mouth, it can get through your eyes. There are ways like that you just have to protect. But hey, it is a new world out here, okay? It may never go back. So rather than to fret and be scared and not know what to do, the future is coming. So let's get used to it. Let's go into this future. Let's fight this thing, and let's figure out, how not to get infected, how not to infect others, and go on with it. It's still a great world. I mean, it's still a magnificent place to be. The people out, in America and around the world are still the greatest people ever, So we just can't let this virus just beat us down. We got to fight it. Thank you for all your healthcare workers that are out there. Wow. What would we have done without you? We have the greatest military in the history of man in the United States. But it's the healthcare workers now that are so brilliant and so strong and that are keeping us safe and keeping us going. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You can hear my bird buddies. They're everywhere. It's pretty cool. Of course, we feed them. We encourage them to come around. We encourage them to stay, and they have their little babies. We got little babies popping around everywhere. So what I wanted to show you today is the things that we've been doing. We've been blessed. We have a little cabin, have a little piece of property. And so, we've been able to just focus our energy in on just basically on flowers, on wildflowers, potted flowers. This behind me is a cool invention. Mrs. Melissa came up with this, and it's a couple slats that you see, that they haul material on and stuff, and we were able to put them together, and then we took it and I braced it together, put a couple poles up, and she's hung her little pots on here, and it's really, really cute. So little things like that, we don't have any money in it at all. basically maybe in the pots. $19 for I think we got 10 or 12 little pots, you know, to go in it. You know, little deals like this that hang on there. You can get them. You can get them on Amazon, or you can get them at your local store. Cute little things, but you know, fun. Keeps your mind off, you know, what's going on out there. Keeps you safe at home, and smell pretty good too. And I totally get it that not everybody is going to have the opportunity to maybe have a little place that they can, you know, plant flowers and do things. You know, you might be living in a condo, you might be living in an apartment. You know, I live in southern Indiana. There's a lot of land here, but you know, if you're in New York City, you know, you might live in an apartment, and really you don't have the space to do this. So what I'd recommend, you know, if possible, is check around. Seems like there's a lot of community gardens these days. I would feel safe about going to them. You know, wear your mask, you know, protect your eyes, have your gel with you, do the social distancing, and you know, it's kind of cool, even if you had just a few little pots and you're able to put some seeds in there and watch them start to sprout, you know, on your windowsill and stuff. It's cool. It's like life renewing itself. You know, it kind of gives you that encouragement that things are going to be okay. Things are going to get better, and you know, this vaccine is going to come along, and once we get vaccinated, good. We'll wait for the next freight train to be coming at us. But until then, we're going to go on. We're not just going to waste our life. This isn't, because this virus has showed up, doesn't mean our lives are over. Oh boy, the good times are gone. You know, let's embrace this new world, and let's go for it. Let's have faith, and let's beat this thing. You know that old saying, I guess it's old, probably. Yeah, I guess it's probably been around forever, but you know, a couple guys made it famous when they come out with the t-shirts, "Life is good." Well, you know what? They pretty much nailed it. Life is good. You know, there's a lot of things to look forward to. Family, friends, you know, it's going to be okay. That's the way I look at it. It's going to be okay. Just remember to be safe. Wear your mask. Protect yourself. Protect others. Very simple. Get you a custom mask, right? Mine's cool. Look at that. Shotokan Fighting Tiger. Woo. Hey. Have somebody sew whatever you like. I mean, what are you into? Star Wars? Oh man, you can imagine Darth Vader kind of deal on there. God, list goes on. Flowers. Miss Melissa, she's got hers, and hers is all flowers. Of course it is. That's what she likes to do. Look at this back here. You know, what we do is I do all the setup. I do all the construction. So like back here, you know, I dug the island and you know, installed the rocks, and I do all that kind of stuff, and then she takes over from there. I don't have any idea. I plant trees. Trees are my thing, you know. Put a tree in the ground, take care of it for a while, there it goes, you know, 80 feet up in the air, and it's, I'd say probably through here, I've probably, God, I don't know, probably 200 trees or more, probably. But anyways, that is what's super cool. So, but it's fun, and it gives you something to do, and that's so important right now in these times. So remember, just because you may not own the tree doesn't mean you can't walk down the road and admire them in the neighborhood and out on the streets and out in the country. Take you, nothing else, if you got the ability, jump in a car and just go drive, you know. Look at the things that are going on. That's a rose of Sharon bush right now, and that's just beautiful, just absolutely gorgeous. So, you know, things like that, it's everywhere. Just got to open your eyes, and you just got to realize it's all out there in front of you. You know, kind of funny. It's a funny thing though. The virus has not affected plants at all, right? Wildlife, hey, the baby deer, the baby bird, the baby turtles, they're all out there. They're running around everywhere. So get out there and enjoy it if you can. Go to your national park. Go to your state parks, you know, and just enjoy it. Here's another little creation of mine. Once again, I did all the construction, and Mrs. Melissa takes care of the flowers. But check this out. Isn't this cool? That is beautiful. And you know what? The stonework, you know, that's all recycled stuff. I'm big on, if I'm driving down the road and I see somebody has torn something out, I see a pile of blocks or something that are laying there, you know, I'll stop and pick them up. I'll stack them up, and years later I'll use them. I mean, it's pretty cool when you recycle stuff. You know, you don't have to go out and have the money to buy all brand new. A lot of these things I do out here are free. I hear the cicadas up there. That's the first time this year that I've started to hear them. I guess it's finally, tomorrow supposed to get 96 here in southern Indiana, so I guess it's finally getting to where it's they're going to start squawking. Squawk away, boys. Fine with me. Now, some of you are going to find this hard to believe, but you see this balcony right here? I built that balcony for my birthday about 5 years ago. Gave myself a present. I usually travel around, go places, but, you know, this time I decided, you know, I'm not going to spend the money. I'm just going to do something for myself, and so I built this balcony. I built this balcony for almost nothing. Because 5 years before that, there was a guy I knew. He had a deck on the back of his house. They were going to go in, tear it off, redo it. He wanted to know if I'd come over and tear it off for him. And I said, sure. I said, in fact, I'll do it for free if you give me the wood. Because treated wood like this lasts forever. Even if you walk up and you look at it and the surface that you're walking on looks bad, remember, you pop those boards off and you flip them over and they look brand new. So, how about that for a birthday present right there? Pretty cool. Yeah. This virus thinks it's badass, you know, but we're going to beat it. We're going to find out, you know. We're going to listen to Dr. Fauci, Mr. Redmond. We're going to figure out the best way to survive this thing, and we're going to also figure out how to beat it. And then at that point right there, boy, aren't we all so much more wise, you know, to germs. You know, honestly, I have been waiting for this for decades. I've been practicing germ warfare for decades, and that I guess that's anti-germ warfare. That is washing my hands. That is gelling my hands. That is making sure that you don't walk through a sneeze or a cough. So this is almost natural for me to be able to go through this. But anybody else that didn't pay attention, which is like most people, now you've learned, be careful. This is one of Mrs. Melissa's projects right here. She's got, this is where she'll start her little seeds, and from there she'll get them started. Looks like to me like she's probably planted all these, and from there they grow into beautiful flowers. this is pretty cool. A lot of people don't know how to start. They're scared to, you know, am I going to do it right? This is all very, very easy when it comes to wildflowers. And here's an example. Okay, what I did was I just took a piece of the grass right here, and I cut me a circle out. Actually, it's more like an oval, or not sure what kind of shape that is. But anyways, I scraped the grass out of it. I'm gonna send some pictures and kind of show you how I do all this. But I scraped the grass out. I got this little tiller thing, and I cultivated, and I chopped it all up. And now those are all wildflowers growing in there. And I mean, they are going to be beautiful. And here in southern Indiana, we have a huge deer population. So it's important that you plant a lot of these things and you get the deer resistant blends, because they'll walk up to it, they'll give it a few sniffs, and phew, they're not interested. You know, about like me with, oh, I don't know, maybe spinach, maybe something like that. Not really too interested in it, although I do like it on a salad. I gotta admit that. So I try to eat good. This is for my buddy Sammy, you know, that bear doodle. I know it's in reverse. That's part of the mirror effect of my camera, the way I'm filming these days. I'm gonna correct that one of these days. But anyways, there he is. He's proud of that sign. He'll come up and look at it and go, yeah, that's right. You gotta be aware of me. I am the dog. He is a good watchdog. There ain't no doubt about that. I got a UPS and a Federal Express and US mail box out there, a big old box that I've got at the end of the driveway because, hey, you know, I used to come home about halfway up the driveway, I'd see a package laying right in the middle of the driveway. And I guarantee it's because the UPS guy come walking up there, and Sammy was probably sleeping under some tree, and man, he'd come ripping out of there, and it was like, oh shit, there's your delivery, I'm out of here. I've been maced a few times too, I don't know. Anyway, life is good, life is good. There's a few more of those. Hey, what I call turtle dove. But here's a few more of those things right here. And I never make them the same shape. So I've got a diamond, I have a circle, I'll have a triangle. I always try to do something a little bit different, just to kind of, just you know, I don't like normality all the time. I like something to be different than, you know, than what you'd see when you kind of drive down the road or walk down the sidewalk. Of course, I like to do little things like this. A little puppy sitting there at their, getting ready to have a campfire tonight. Little things like that are cool. There's my little frog. My little pet frog. My little guy is hanging on there, and the little bird feeder. They've been around a long, long time. Back there in the background, you can see that black box that I've got there for UPS Federal Express. I highly recommend that. If you, you know, helps them. They can pull up, drop it, take off, and go. Package isn't laying outside, and you know, it saves them trouble of walking all the way up to the door. And you know, protects your property too. Keeps people off your property. So works out pretty good. Of course, Sammy's not the only protector here on the property. Let me introduce you to Jinx. You do not want to mess with Jinx. Protect her from all evil spirits. Jinx does not mess around. Here's a real good example. Mrs. Melissa starting her little plants, and in no time there'll be beautiful flowers. So very gorgeous. Okay, so that's just a few things around the property, and I don't mind sharing because I think it might encourage you to get out and, like I said, if nothing else, get that little cup, go get you a couple little seeds and put in there and watch them grow, and just realize that life is continuing to go on, and you're helping it to do that. So, anyways. Thank you so very much for coming to my channel. That's capital LAF space Film Fest. LAF space Film Fest. And hit that like button if you would. But only if you like it. If you don't, hey, if you don't like it, hit the I don't like it button. You know, I try to do my best to kind of entertain and be educational, but you know, I know it's not a one world, right? You know, I know some people just would watch this and don't relate. They don't get it. It's not what they're into. I get it. So anyway, thank you for coming by, and following this, I'm going to have a few photos that you can see, and we'll go on with it, world, right? Come on. Come on. Let's go. Take them gloves off and let's go after this virus. You know, protect yourself, protect your mom and dad, your grandparents, your children, your neighbors. Okay, wear your mask, do the right thing. Okay? Be cool. That's what it's about. Be cool. Peace out.